Hey, I'm back. Sorry for the disruption. I realized that I didn't bother to check my internet connection this evening, and I was connected to the wrong internet. So I wasn't connected to my repeater, so it led to a poor connection. Although apparently it was decent enough for most of the stream. Apologies about that, though. Anyway, let's get back to wherever we were, and hopefully this is working okay. Okay, so we now have our test here. And we've wrapped this task. We're going to have to call it in this weird kind of style now. Doesn't look awesome, but it's what we're going to have to do to get this running. I think we can get rid of these print statements now that we can confidently say that they are going to do the right thing. Also, let's start to clear up some space here. I will come back to this. We will, again, the way that we can assert that that the thing ran is we can check that the outbox has an email in it. We'll do that in a little bit though, because we really can't assert this until we know that this thing is working and running. Because if we run this, boom, it's going to blow up, right? All right. So we need our templates for email here. So let's go and just grab a text template first. No, I don't even think we need that. That one's really not telling us much. So let's go to, I will remember to come back to that forms page. Let's go to the accounts. That's the wrong section. That's account. We're going to delete all those eventually. Go to accounts, and we will go create a new directory for email. And we call this login.txt. And what should we say for the text version? You can log in to Journey Inbox by, oh, it's just, we'll just say log in to Journey Inbox. And we'll do login URL. That's the context going in. Not as nice, but I want to keep this super simple. And if we do this, we should now, it'll blow up still, but it's blowing up on the next one, which is the HTML template. So let's come in here. Let's steal this little bit of boilerplate formatting. I probably should have some base HTML template. I don't. My bad. We'll say login HTML, paste all this, and we'll then say come on. Login to Journey Inbox. And we will do, get rid of that, get rid of that. We'll do href equals login URL. Whoops. Boom, boom. Well, I'm now repeating myself. Log in to Journey Inbox. I think that's probably too terse. If you just got a link, let's change it. Hi. You can log in to Journey Inbox. Regards, Matt. Journey Inbox. I don't know what I call myself. Founder. Whatever. CEO. So that's a very simple thing, enough for us to test. Boom. that we got through here, but I do want to test that we actually have something in the outbox. And in fact, let's say sign in to keep it close to what we have in the subject here. So let's go back. Oh man, I should probably rename all these things. Login, sign in. It's login because it's going to the login view, but we kind of have called it sign in. Then we call it, what do we call it over the, on the, I'm all over the place on consistency. Well, this is something totally different. Frustrated guy codes. Did you mean live streamer? What is a versus live streamer? No, if you mean live streamer, I honestly don't know what that is. I'm happy to like explore that, but if you mean live streamer, I can comment more. I guess I've been doing live streaming for, gosh, since 2018 now. Life. Huh. I don't know what that is. Frustrated guy. I'm not frustrated at you, and I'm not frustrated myself, but is that just somebody like who lives their whole life on stream? I certainly don't. I don't have a lot of knowledge that I can impart or a lot of opinion I can say about that. So we've got sign in to Journey Inbox. We've got this now says sign in, or you can sign in to Journey Inbox. It would be like this. And now this is a sentence. I should probably do this. So yeah, there's that. That was my connection again. No? Okay. I am not going to wax poetic on philosophical stuff. I have a viewpoint on why we exist. I'm a person of faith, and so, but you know, I'm really here to stream and stuff. So maybe in a different forum that would make sense, but not going to get too far into that today. So we've got our emails, and it is rendering. We have something here. Let's go to the PyTest Django docs and check out the helpers. And there are fixtures, and one of these fixtures that we can get in here is the mail outbox. And the mail outbox shows you how you can use this. So you basically like an assert, because what's happening is during the testing, when you call send email, it's just storing it in memory and dumping it into a list, basically. So, and then it gets cleared out between each test. So if we've got the mail outbox here, we should be able to assert. So mail outbox, right? That's the name of it. Yep. We should be able to assert that there is one there. So assert, and I don't even need to check the length here. Like, it should be a list structure, I think. So if we do mail outbox like this, I think that's enough to assert the length. So let's do no auto command right, and test that. So see, it's just a list. It's an empty list. So now if we undo this and try and run it, we get a passing test because now there's something, and that's because we actually hit send. If we didn't do that, it should probably fail. So we have proof positive that we have a message that's getting sent. It's an anymail message. It's going through Django's mail system and is coming out in the format that we want. So the other thing we're going to do, I guess, is we want to, I at least want to assert that it's going to the right user. So let's assert that the user email is equal to the mail outbox. So we know there's an entry in there if you've gotten past the first thing. And so what was the example? The example is like the to field. Yeah, two fields a list. Right. So we want to do 2, 0. Looks a little funny, but that's what we want. So at this point, I feel pretty good about the actual implementation here. The fact that it got through all this stuff. We didn't actually look at the content. Let's take a peek at what the body looks like, see what, because we haven't really seen if the login URL is what we expect or not. So I don't know. So what does, let's see, assert, we want to assert that this garbage is in the mail outbox 0 body. That's going to fail, but it should show us what? Outbox. Oh. In. It should show us what the body content was. So sign in to, and then we've got the full URL at login, and it's got a token on it. And that's the whole thing. That's good. That's what we want. So I think we can get rid of that. I guess I could assert that the login URL appears in both, but I don't. I'm going to test this myself, and then I'm not worried about it changing. Like if I change it in the future, I will test it again. There's something that I don't feel need to be go through automated testing. I'm getting a little paranoid about like the stream. Is it there or is it not there? Well, bitrate's not what I want it to be tonight, but it's okay, I guess. So at this point, we have what? We have the task. We have a test for that task. We can go over, now that we have this, we can kind of do the same thing on the form test. Let's go back to that form test. Test forms, go to the fix me, and we want essentially this stuff. Yeah, we want this stuff. My goal is, well, or you know what? Do we need this whole task, or do we just want to trigger? I don't think we need a separate test. Let's make sure that this create user one is just doing double duty. So we want to say mail outbox, and then we want to assert that there's something in the mail outbox, and that'll be the signal that it actually ran the generate thing. Cool. And let's get rid of that. Okay. So we have this item. I want to move that down. We don't need to do that until later. We want to remove a bunch of stuff. Okay, let's test what we've done so far. Make sure it works. And see from there. I'm going to start firing all this up. And then we're going to go to localhost here. And let's do testing. And it should work either way, whatever we type in. Test. Well, I guess we can verify. Test at testing.com. And let's click Start Journaling. Oh, boo. CSRF token. Oh, it's an old page probably, so that was probably not a real failure. The fact that I had restarted the server. Oh, whoa, what happened? Log out. What? What is going on? Oh, the logout button's not going to work anymore because... And I logged in with the admin, so... let's go to the admin, token admin. Log out. I wonder if none of this is working. Okay, so we are definitely logged out. Refreshing. There's nothing here. Oh, weird. Some layout warning. So we want to do test at testing. We want to see if this works as expected. If you recall, or maybe you don't, maybe you never run the stream, I've got my local email sending to do a console log. So what should happen is if all goes according to plan, we send our email, it triggers the task, the worker sends, generates the magic link and sends that task. Ooh, interesting. It named it like that. That's not what I expected. That's weird. And then we should see the link show up in the console, and we can then follow that link and actually do a login if all works as we would desire. So let's try it. Let's do test at testing.com, and let's do start journaling. So this is where please check your email. We sent a login link. This is me not being consistent. We sent a sign-in link to your email account. So let's go first. I saw this, that looks good. Let's go to the check email, and please check your email. We sent a sign-in link to your email account. Follow that link to sign in. As I want to be a little bit, want to use that sign-in language to be more consistent. We could refresh this page and it should show the updated text. Let's go over here though and see what we've got. So here is, it did work. So our front end correctly sent a task to our back end, which is good. And we've got the HTML version and we've got the text version. They both have this. This looks right. Sent it to the wrong port, but that's my problem because I have the site framework hooked up incorrectly. So let's try it again. Let's go first. I want to, in a new session, we'll go to 8000 token admin. I'm doing this in a private browsing because I want the session tokens to be kept separately. We'll do mat and then we'll do create course, which logs us in. Let's go to the site. And the site object is wrong. It should be port 8000. And we will say save. Okay. Returning to this, we can just do it again. I don't know if that will be, that's database state, so it should be captured. This should generate again and just automatically do the right thing. Let's just do test at testing.com and we'll say start journaling. Please check your email. We sent a sign-in link to your email account. Cool. Now we've got, oh, it cached it or something. Look at that, 5001. Boo. Okay, try it again. Thankfully, it's a very short and simple flow. Test at testing.com. Sent that to your email. Now we've got the 8000 link. Great. So, pretty long token thing, but users won't have to like copy this. I'm just doing this because this is my setup here. Copy. And let's go to a new tab and paste it in and see what happens. Oh, look at that. That was so slick. So it worked. Cool. That's exciting. Now what? We're through the biggest portion of this. And now we're on like a cleanup phase. So let's go through the different things that we need to remove. We got to remove some templates. We got to do a bunch of stuff there. We can start by removing Django all auth. So let's search for allauth and find out where it shows up. So it's going to show up in the URLs link. So we're going to take away any links that work. So we got to look out for, and because of that, there's like there's some stuff in our templates that are going to have certain prefixes that we're going to need to follow. And then we need to take out these 3 installed apps. Those are going to go away. So let's search for allauth again, keep trimming this down. For Pi project, we can do, I think we can do UV remove Django allauth. Why did you remove psychopg? What the heck? Huh? I mean, that's fine, I think. But that was surprising. Search for allauth again. Oh. There's our note here. That's fine. And then we need to get rid of the middleware. We need to get rid of all the settings. So we don't even need to pay attention to any of these unless they're like specific to Django, but none of them are. These are all specific settings. Look at all those settings. It's a complicated package, a powerful package, but has a lot to it. We can get rid of everything here. Along the way, well, let's make sure we're not like any settings that we have to clean up from. Yep, there's one. Ooh. Count default HTTP protocol. Yeah, I think. Do you exist anywhere else? Nope. The fact that they're all prefixed with a count tells me that they're not like Django things. Ooh, I've got an adapter too. See that? There's something else to remove. Sorry. Everybody's quiet. It's fine. I'm just checking that I'm not. When the stream goes down once, it's like, is it still there? So we want to go to accounts, adapter. Right. I needed this to be able to inject some trialing information. Yep. Right. Yeah. Okay. And probably, we're getting rid of the max trialing users. Yeah, that's fine. We'll get rid of a bunch of stuff. Okay, keep going. There's more stuff in here than I thought. We're now got rid of that adapter. We have apparently a whole factory here, an email address factory. Why do I have this? What's calling this? What? Oh, you know what it was? I think it was making a verified email. So like it wouldn't. I think I'm seeing more stuff that we have to do. Things I forgot about. Yep. Okay. Let's write them down before I forget. So we need to have, so part of the benefit of using allauth was that it would mark an account as verified once somebody had actually followed a link. And so we will have to do that a bit ourselves here. Once they've logged in successfully, we'll have to mark them as verified. It's like the only way you can log in will be through an email. So will be through email. So that would in and of itself verify your email address. So promptable query set method needs to work with verified emails, which I don't even know if that's true anymore, because again, like you can't until you've come through you will be verified. Is the only way to log in. No way of like username and password. But okay, but this is important that you have to have come in once and click the email, because what I don't want is like bots filling in email addresses that are invalid, and then me trying to send emails to places that won't work. So that is something that is important. And we're probably going to watch something blow up in this process. So if we go back to that email factory and get rid of it, it's going to cause some challenges. So see, verified is true. That's the important aspect of it. So there's a bit of a data model thing here that we're missing for sure. Oh, get out of here. Where was it? Was the entries test something, right? No. Where was the prompt thing? Where's the transmitter? Transmitter, where'd you go? What am I looking for? I'm drawing a blank already. Sorry, y'all. Factory. Email address factory. Why did I forget that already? Email address factory. So what that was doing, the reason why it's on here is because it was verifying those emails. So we'll have to do that in a different way. We'll say fix me need verified email. Test no available entries. Janae Patel, welcome. I am building a journaling app, and that's a journaling app that works via email. So it's an app you sign up for, and the idea is it sends journal prompts each day, and you add to a journal, and you build a habit of journaling by responding to that email. The part that makes it a little bit more interesting, because why would that be a compelling service? I can tell you it is compelling because I've been using it for 10 years. Because what it does is the prompt that it sends out to you each day for your daily email is it pulls a random entry from your past and puts that into the prompt. And it's a good reminder of things you've done in the past. So that's what the app does in a nutshell. Today, I'm working on simplifying the sign-up process for this particular app. So that's what's going on right now. And I'm kind of deep in the weeds of cleaning up some stuff after the fact. Okay, we're trying to remove all auth. Did we get it all? new. Thanks, Janae. I like it. It's a good one. Why did I have to connect to this signal? Handle email confirmed. What did I do? There's like code in here I've totally forgot about. Oh, man. Ooey. Okay. I forgot about this one. This is a nice little feature. So as soon as you, again, the feature sends you daily prompts, but the way this was working before is when you signed up, you wouldn't get a prompt until the next day. Because there's essentially a cron job that sends out all of the daily prompts. So if you are you just signed up, we need to send you a prompt right away. So yeah, that's a thing we're gonna do. Which I totally forgot about. There's layers of subtle features that I put in here that are nice, that are not here. Okay, so we need to send prompt immediately on sign up. And this is a little bit harder because sort of mix the concept of sign up and login. So they're kind of blending together. So there's stuff that we need to check. So we're going to have some attribute. I might put it on the account. It might be called verified. And it's going to basically be that first time you log in, if you're not verified, it means that you're a new account by definition. Because you can't verify until you log in for the first time. And maybe that is the opportunity to both mark an account as verified and send them that initial prompt. So there's probably a two birds with one stone sort of scenario here. But I don't know how much of that I'm going to get to tonight. I've already been going for a couple of hours. So we need to, oh goodness. So, phooey. Fix me. This is now orphaned code. Orphaned. Need to send on first sign in. Hey, Janae, I see your question there. I'll try and answer it in just a moment for you. I want to see how bad the damage is when I take this stuff out. Let's take out this, and then we're going to take out this. And we can take out our receiver here. Okay. And then I want to run the tests to see what fails. Wow, okay. Oh, phooey. Yuck. Oh no. Oh no. Invalid template library. What? That can't be right. No. That's a lie. All right, let me try and answer your question, Janae. Okay. The reason that I'm using Django, so I want to, I think if I understand what your question is, you said templates. Templates exist not only in Django, but also React has templates. Like the templates are like a kind of a universal thing for like rendering content. So I don't think that's what you mean. I think, why am I using server-side templates? So I'm assuming that's what you mean. The reason for using server-side templates and doing everything server rendered versus using a JavaScript app on the front end and then writing a back end is really mostly about my time. I have on this channel, in fact, long time ago, I started streaming here like 2018. I set up my first app that I was building as a SaaS to do that scenario where I was the front end I was using at the time was Ember, and the back end was a Django REST framework API. And the reality was I ended up doing like twice as much work, because I would do all of the, on the back end side, I would do all of the modeling, make the API, and design everything that I wanted to be with all the right attributes. And then I would go over to the Ember side, and I would have to do similar modeling to be the consumers of the API, and I would basically be repeating myself. And so that was the core of it. As one person, that it really led me to going way slower than I would want to. By simplifying my stack and being like, nope, I'm just going to use server-side rendering. Maybe I do leave some optimizations on the table, although that's debatable. But it would allow me to be way more efficient. Of like, I could model once, do my templates in the backend stuff, and have one place. I wasn't even switching like modes. It was just like backend, 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 backend. Even if I was doing front end design in the backend, you know. So, yeah, Janae, I actually, yeah, I agree. I think, well, so it's your statement is on point for the most part. There's a certain size at which you get to, especially if you want to be like, hey, I need an iOS app, I need an Android app, I need a web app. If I need like all three, well, what are my options? So my options are either I use something like a React Native that tries to be everything to everyone all at once and sacrifices some things, or I'm writing native clients for each of those major platforms, and then I do need an API. And at that point, you're splitting things up. But usually, if that's your situation, like you're working with a team, so you're working with like other people. In this scenario, I'm making what amounts to a web app, and I'm really of the belief that like if you're one person, you're just going to be more successful if you can go fast with a smaller tech stack. All right, hopefully that answers your question. Gabriel, I see your comment there. Is it difficult to implement external auth? Actually, no. I don't think so. In fact, the product that I'm removing here, so if you're wondering like how do I do this, Django allauth, ironically, the thing that I'm taking out, is fantastic for external auth stuff. They call it social auth, I think, but you can see, where is it? Yeah, here we go. Django allauth is designed around the idea of working with multiple authentication providers. So if you want to do Google or Instagram or whatever, and whatever your scheme is that you want to log in, here are all these providers you can connect to via this one package. So it's like, if this is the power you need, it's awesome for that. This particular app I'm building is very much designed to work with email. So it didn't make sense for me to have bunch of different like social auth schemes, because I want to be able to get to your email account, because that's how the app works. So from that perspective, I said, nope, we're not going to do Google, we're not going to do Facebook, whatever. Those are not necessary. So for my scenario, I don't want to knock allauth. It's a great tool. It just was too heavyweight for my needs. Rayan, becoming a good software developer, how many hours do you have? That's a good question. It's one, I guess, through practice. I don't know how else to say it. Like, there's a lot of paths to becoming a great software engineer. All of them amount to work. Like, you either work through going to school for it. That's how I started. I went to a university and studied computer engineering, and that got me in my first job. But that's not the only way. There's also the path to go to coding boot camps, or go to be a contractor and work on kind of remote work sort of sites that build up your skills that way. But no matter what, you have to do it. You have to like actually write code. I tell my kids all the time. So I have two kids. They're 12 and 10, and I tell them, that if you want to get better at something, you have to practice. So that lesson applies to me, applies to you. That would be the path that I would suggest for becoming a good software engineer. And then in terms of how you learn, like obviously I'm teaching right now, but there are plenty of ways to learn through books. I'm currently working through, I'm a continuous learner myself. So the thing I'm currently working through is something called Neat Code. It is, it's a pay service, just to be clear. It does have some free stuff, but it gets into the core stuff that shows up on Lead Code, which is like often used for programming interviews and stuff like that. I'm brushing up on some of my skills there. I did learn about all these things in college, and periodically I just like, oh yeah, the industry for interviewing needs these sort of things, so this is one path. Another path, if you're looking for other ways to practice, another great site that I can highly recommend is a site called Exercism. It's at exercism.org, and this is a good tool for picking a language and learning that and going through some exercises. The cool part about it, they've got learning tracks for you for many of the big languages, like Python, for example, has a learning track where you can learn all the concepts. But then they give you exercises, and the nice part of those exercises is they come with tests. So you can run your code regularly against these tests and see, like, am I getting it right or am I getting it wrong? So those are great. I guess, Janae, your question sort of applies to what I just said. So practice, find some way to practice, whether that's Free Code Camp has a whole, like, I think they have a whole track, and these might be all new terms to you all. So Free Code Camp is a tool you can use. It has like certifications. You can get like an entire degrees worth of knowledge here for free through some tracks that are here. Here's the example tracks that are there for the different curriculi. I don't know. Don't quote me on that one. So that's a fantastic resource. There's lots of good ways to become a good software developer. Okay, I gotta figure out what's going on with these tests. This is bothering me. You're very welcome. And then I think I'm gonna call it a night. Something is messed up. Oh, it's just blowing up because I'm trying to use something that doesn't exist anymore because I'm using template tags. Okay. I just didn't finish cleaning things up. Let's go to the account tags that I had created for this. And the reason it's blowing up is because this doesn't exist anymore, because I'm getting rid of this trial concept. So that's going to be get rid of this thing. Yep. There we go. Whoa. Yeah, okay. So we're getting rid of all that stuff. We're going to keep the trial banner so we don't have to get rid of the whole file. And then this template will delete in a moment. So that's not even not a big deal. So now I should be able to run the test suite again and shouldn't get such a bloodbath of broken tests. There's still some failing. That's not too surprising. Okay, there were some that I expected here as well. Oh, okay. Yep. So let me correct a few of these, and then I think I'm going to call it a night. But I will kind of outline what will be next. So it's trying to do some stuff for account login, and that's not correct. Yeah, Janae, that's a real. There is a real problem in the industry of, like, I'm not sure how to deal with what you're talking about, frankly. Is that AI is competent at some entry-level tasks. So there's a degree at which you, as someone who's new, are really like competing against AI. Whereas right now, I am not at the same competition. Not just like to diminish you, but just like I have 20 years of experience, and there is benefit to having been in software for a long time. But it does lead to this problem of, how do you get in? How do you break through that and like get enough experience where your skills are beyond what AI can do? and so I don't think it's like an either or. I wouldn't view it as like a zero sum thing. It would what we're trying to do at work right now is take our existing skills and our existing engineers, and how do we augment what we're doing at work with AI? And so I would say, instead of maybe viewing AI as an adversary, try and view it as a companion, co-pilot, whatever the right term is, and see if it can help you. It does take, again, this all comes down to practice, and there will come a point where you'll recognize, because AI does hallucinate even with code. And so through study and doing a lot of coding, you will get to a point where you see, like, wait a minute, wait, ChatGPT, that thing you told me, that was just wrong because you didn't know what you're talking about. Ebenezer, I'm building a journaling app. I've probably explained it a few times, so I'm not going to go into it too much time. We're working on simplifying signup, though. That's probably enough context that would help you for now. And I really need like a bot where I can just say, like, type this bot command and it will tell you. Where, what was broken? So let's go to some of these tests. I'm going to fix a few of these, figure out what's broken. Actually, you know what? Let's shortcut that. I know that account login is not right. I have a feeling it's in the, yep, it's in the base. Anything that's trying to render that is just busted. There is not going to be a login anymore. So all of this else branch goes away. You're only going to be able to log in through the main unauthenticated page. Good. Glad that there's enough context. Sorry that it wasn't multiple times. I would have explained more. So yeah, let's try running again now that we've deleted that. And while we're doing that, the only other one that's there is for the other thing. Cool. And that knocked out a bunch of those. Do I have another one? What's going on? Core test views. Account log. Oh, account log out. I see. Account log out. That's the other side of this. And we need to switch that to not be we just need to do something different here. What's the built-in Django logout route? And then do we have to wire that up? I think we do. So Django does come up with some login, logout views. I'm going to use one of them. Let's go to here and let's look for log out. Come on, Matt, type. So we want the auth package, I think. And there's a lot of stuff in here. I know there's some views. View. Where's the view? There's a log in view. Where's the log out view? All right, let's follow this and see if it takes us to a different page. Log in view. Log out. How to log out a user. There's the logout function there. Oh, they don't give us a view. There's not like a built-in one because it's like, it's too, from their point of view, I guess it's too simple to do that. Okay. Fine. Let's go to our project URLs and let's whip one of these up really quickly so that we can wrap this. We've got to log in. Let's add the symmetry of having log out. Log out. Man, I really cannot type this apparently. We will do log out name equal log out. Redundant. And then we'll do, where do we want to put this? I guess it's an account thing. Feels like an account thing. Log out. Okay, so we've got this. Let's go to, well, let's change this. It's going to be logout now. And let's go to the accounts views. And where do I want to put this? Okay. What do we want? We want a post request only. We've got that with this form. We want to allow anybody who is authorized, which is somebody who's logged in. That's what this means in this app. So we want these two decorators. Let's go to the bottom. Let's just put it at the bottom. We'll do def log out. That's the view we need. We'll take a request. We will do from Django contrib auth. Where was it? They had it. Oh, okay. Import logout, but we need to rename it because we've got the view, so they're going to conflict. So we'll call it auth logout, or just type it wrong, spell it wrong. That would do it. Keep doing that. So auth logout, and pass in the request. Okay, and then that feels really silly because there is like I thought there was like a log out redirect or logout setting. Log out. Yeah, there it is. Okay, why does this exist? Come on, Django, what's going on? Log out. If you exist, where are you? What? Did I make that up? Huh? Log out. Oh, I don't know what the heck happened. So there is an auth view. There's a logout view. What the heck? Why did you not come up? Logout view. Logout view. Ah. Okay. So we just need to use this, apparently. Making useless junk. I hate that when I write a bunch of code that I don't need. Well, it's a good thing we looked. So let's get rid of this. And ooh. My middleware is gonna cause a problem. Well, but it didn't. What? Hold on. Sorry. A little scatterbrained at this point. That's what you get when there's 3 hours of me. What I don't understand is how this worked and didn't bust my middleware. Really puzzled by that. Okay, well, I don't care at the moment. We're gonna go to from Django contrib auth views import log out view, and then we will do. I think we have to wrap it. Allow, because I've got a package that I've created called Django denied, which is a decorator based system. So we'll say logout view. As view, because it's a class-based view, so we have to do it like that. I think that's gonna work, and then this will take us, because we've got the redirect URL route done, should go to the right place. This should work now. Let's run our test, see what happens. Boom, a couple failures. Those are the ones I expected. Great, we're farther along. Now, let's make sure that it actually behaves the way I expect it to, because just because the route worked doesn't mean that I actually did that right. And I gotta write some tests. Janae, the answer is be old. I've been no, I'm being a little silly, but I've been coding with Vim since literally 2006. So I've got a few years of Vim under my belt, and I have not switched editors. Vim has been my primary text editor for that whole time. So, yeah, what is that? Nearly 20 years of using a single text editor. But okay, serious. Now the real serious answer is if you want to get good at it, there's what's his name? Neil Drew Vim? Drew Neil. That was close. This is a great book that will teach you a lot. I have a copy upstairs. It's a fantastic book, Practical Vim by Drew Neil. And it will get you in a right headspace for working with Vim. There are other fantastic tools. There's people you can follow. Again, I mentioned this earlier. TJ DeVries on YouTube is a guy who talks about NeoVim. And NeoVim is just an implementation of Vim that uses Lua as the extension system. I mean, it's more complicated. I'm making it sound small. It's a very big project. It is Vim implemented differently. It has the same interface as Vim, but under the covers is quite different. And it allows you to like customize your Vim in a much nicer way using Lua rather than Vim script. And anyway, this is a good book. There's Vim Tutor, which is like a built-in command to help you like learn the basics. Yeah, just again, like I said earlier, practice. You'll get better at these things. Okay, we've got our logout view. We've got our server running. I think we're logged in. Yep, we're logged in. So if I click log out, is it going to work? Hey, it worked. So drop that. And I was even thinking about moving where that logout link is. by a course? I don't have a course, Janae, but I do have a book. All right, shameless plug time. But you can read it for free if you want. If you want to understand more about Django, I have this book. Whoops, there's the link to if you want to buy a copy. I seriously didn't mean to click that. You can follow this that little smaller link. I would like people to buy it, so I try and send people there. But if you want to read it online, you're totally welcome to. Here's Understand Django, and it is 20 chapters of content that goes through Django. It also covers a lot of my web development experience that is baked into this, especially with some of these later chapters that are the ways that I think about working with web apps. So like security and all sorts of stuff. So that's there as a resource. You're welcome to buy that if you see fit. No pressure, of course. That's just something that you could pursue if you're interested. Okay, I want to put the logout stuff elsewhere. But you know what? I think I gotta call it night, y'all. I'm about tapped out. So let's do this. Let's put where I want to put it. We have basically at this point removed Django allauth. But I want to put move logout to settings page. The reason for this is not obvious at first. Part of it is I just want to like clean up the UI. Like I don't want the footer. The footer was like changing, so there's like a logout button that was grown here that if you were logged in, and don't want that. The other thing about this that I'm changing with this simplification has to do with this guy right here. So currently the Django sessions for my app are probably a couple weeks. I think that's the default. I don't remember what the actual, we have to go look at what the number is. But I want to expand this to a full year. And if that's the case, because I want to minimize the amount of times that people feel like they need to sign in. Like if you're using Journey Inbox and you become a regular user, you're just going to be logged in. And that's the benefit. As such, I want to take away people even thinking about having to like log out, log in. Like that whole concept, I want to kind of eliminate as much as possible. So, oh, there we go. I've got this right here. Remove. Okay. Guess I forgot to remove the templates. So let's do that last thing. Oh, is this going to blow up more tests? It might. It might. No, it shouldn't. Okay. Let's do this. Let's put all that stuff in the stage before I make some stupid mistake here. And let's remove the templates account, singular. Singular is coming from Django allauth. So those are all of the templates that I was customizing for, because allauth tries to do all of the stuff around logging in. As you can see, sign up, sign in, verification, all this sort of stuff, and emails. And it tries to handle all the logic, but it's your job as the implementer of allauth to customize the templates. Yeah, Marcus, thanks. I do think it's just going to be more convenient by the time we're done. So now with these things removed, it shouldn't have any bearing because we removed Django allauth. We still have the same 2 failing tests. I was using allauth. I just removed it. So, and I'm wrapping up for the evening, but I'll do a little outro that explains what's going on. So, we've been working on sign up. We've been working on simplifying sign up. And I'm trying to deliver this all in one big feature to make it so you sign up just with email, because the service is all about using email and journaling. And we've got some stuff to like clean up to make this experience like I want to get sign in, sign up, log in, all that stuff as much out of the way as possible. That's the simplification. And we've done all of the core of it. The core functionality is there, but the polish is missing. The ability to, well, there's just a bunch of features that are that I was finding along the way that are missing. So I can say at least we've checked that guy. If we've removed all of we removed the login page and the sign in page, and we've removed the all the templates. I feel like that's all done. Oh, Marcus, thanks for subscribing. Appreciate that. So next time, I won't be over here next week. We're having a function here at my house. My wife is hosting some ladies, and if I could turn the camera around, I'm not going to. You'd see like the space that she's going to use to play board games and stuff. So next week is not going to be me streaming because there'd be a bunch of ladies over there talking, and I don't want to be that guy. So I'll meet again in a couple of weeks, and we'll continue on this. We're going to continue to fix all these things that remain, with the long-term goal of like getting this sign-up flow out and simplifying sign-up so that it works easier for everybody. So after that, I don't know. We might shift. I've got two projects that I work on. One is a homeschool app for my family. Maybe it's worth doing something similar. Having gone through this process, there's probably a lot of code that I can kind of lift and shift over to the other one. But that one is actually more interesting in some ways because the sign-up experience of that is intended to have like a bit of a tutorial and data setup, because this app is like there's no need for immediate data. You start reacting once to these email prompts that get sent out. But the homeschool application, there is a minimum amount of configuration that's required. And right now I've got it going through like a little wizard that sets up step by step by step. And I realized that, again, in the spirit of simplifying my apps, it was just way too complex. So I kind of want to do this chunk of work over there and then also simplify signup. So it's like a second round of this. Anyway, that's sort of the vision of where we'll go with this. If you want to keep in touch with me, you can. I am on X as MB Layman, just like my handle here. You can check out my content on my website, as I pointed out earlier. You can read my book for free. You can buy my book if you want a copy. If you want to support me, I have Patreon stuff, all of that. The easiest thing you can do is like leave me a thumbs up. That really helps like YouTube give some signal that this is worth watching. I like to think it is, but hopefully you'll learn something this evening, and I will catch you next time. Take care.